In 2015, I applied to a federal university to study a 5-year course, food science and technology. 7 years after, I still don't have a degree. Hello guys, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's your homegirl UCHE in the crib, and as you can tell from my countenance, I am not in the best of moods. I am tired of being in the university system. I am tired of being referred to an undergraduate for 7 whole years. It is tiring, it is sickening, but it is my reality, as well as the reality of every federal university student in Nigeria. For those of you who are joining my channel for the first time, my name is Goodnews Uchechukwu Okpala, and I am a 500 level student of food science and technology. For those of you who are non-Nigerians or in the diaspora, asking questions like, are you a carryover student? Did you apply for a leave of absence? Are you a medical student? The answer to all of that is a capital no. But here I am spending 7 years in the university with no degree. The major reason why I'm still in the university system is because of the back and forth between ASUU and the federal government. COVID-19 had a part to play, but that wasn't the major reason. If you're still wondering what ASUU is and what the problem is between ASUU and federal government, ASUU is basically an acronym that stands for the Academic Staff Union of University. It was founded in 1978, and its main objective is to regulate the relation between the academic staff and the federal government. Basically, ASUU is the bridge that binds the federal government and the academic staffs, relating the matters as well as their needs. When the needs of the university environment is being related by ASUU to the federal government and the federal government doesn't take the necessary action, ASUU is forced to go on strike. The strike is to press the government to respond to their needs. And as much as I want to see from the sides of ASUU and the government, you need to understand there are 3 parties involved in this strike. There are 3 parties affected: the government, the ASUU body, and the students. So far, so good. We have had representatives from the ASUU body as well as the government. But who is speaking on behalf of the students? You need to understand that the student bear the brunt. Whatever decision the federal government and ASUU make, it has an adverse effect on the student. We bear the brunt of their actions and inactions. So I'm blowing the lenses to ASUU and the federal government, and I'm shining the spotlight for once on the students. How has it affected me as a federal university student? This is what I'm going to be discussing in this video. I am just going to be sharing few of the points, and I trust that you guys will continue the conversation in the comment section. You guys already know that the comment section, like I always will say, is where the fun happens. Are you a student? Are you a brother or sister to an undergraduate? Or are you even a parent to an undergraduate? You can share your experiences below and I'll be sure to respond to you. That being said, the number one effect the strike has on students is the waning interest in the educational system. With the constant strike delay and the frustration of students, many students have resorted to looking for opportunities to earn stipends. As a student who has spent 7 years in the university, it has taken 7 years literally of my life. Right now, I'm looking for more opportunities, more avenues to which I can make money, one of which is YouTube. And this is not just me. Many of my classmates have resorted to looking for other opportunities just to make ends meet. You need to understand that some of we, the students, are actually the one fending for ourselves. So with the delay, a lot of us are looking for other opportunities. We cannot come and kill ourselves in this school. It's still the same BSc we are going to be issued at the end of the day, with people studying outside the country. So there's no time to waste. Another effect is the wastage of accommodation rent. The last time ASUU embarked on a strike way back in 2020 that lasted for about 9 months. When I got back to school, I had to renew my rent. All those times I spent at home, my rent was actually counting. For we that school in the East, house rent, accommodation is not beans. We spend hundreds of thousands just to pay for an accommodation. I'm talking about per annum, per year. Per year, we have to spend thousands of naira just to foot our accommodation fee. Now, having to do that again is just preposterous. Some of us have to stay in 2s and 3s just to be able to foot the rent. I have 2 roommates. We're actually 3 in that room just to make sure we have somewhere to put our head at the end of the day. Just the expenses it's a whole lot. Another effect is the rushed academic calendar. I'm still yet to recover from the previous strike, and I know how difficult it was for me to reacclimatize to the school system again, to the school environment. From waking up by 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning to going for lectures, to come back to, prepare, sleep, wake up in the middle of the night to read, only to sleep back and wake up again to resume for lectures. It was a lot. It was just so hard adjusting to the system. And now again, we are on a 3-month strike, minus the 1-month warning strike. And they're actually saying that we're going to embark on an indefinite strike if the government fails to meet their end on the deal. I don't even know how to express my frustration. I don't even know how to just communicate my annoyance, because it's just a whole lot. The last effect I'm going to be talking about today, I feel like this should be on the top of my list, but I had to reserve the best for the last. You get me? Are you guys ready for it? The effect it has on the student's mental health. I have had my own fair share from being in a very active environment where you had to wake up in the morning, go for lectures, go to the library, go to the church, come back, do 1 or 2 activities, sleep, wake up in the morning, and all of that, to being indoors most of the time and just, having to sit in one place for a long time. As an extrovert that I am, actually an ambivert, but most extroverted people will relate to this point more. And this is not to say that introverts don't have their own fair share of mental health troubles, but I'm just saying people that like to socialize and interact with others, it's more draining when you have to sit in a place for a long duration of time. Just yesterday, having been indoors for a stretch of time, I had to just go out, just walk around, just interact with other people aside from my family. That interaction helps me keep sane. This is not to say I don't enjoy my alone time. I do, but I'm just saying, after enjoying my time, I like to spend my energy by associating with people, having intellectually stimulating conversations. And if I don't have that, it just tells on me pretty much. I've had people complain of anxiety that stems from not knowing what the future holds for them. Not knowing when ASUU will eventually call off the strike, not knowing when they will resume school, not knowing when they will graduate, not knowing when they will start work, that's if they actually find work to do. We cannot overlook that in Nigeria, finding a job is difficult. Just in 400 level, where I went to look for an IC placement, I know the stress, I know the trauma I had to go through just to find a placement. And it doesn't help that if you don't have anybody, if you don't have someone who works in that company or someone who can put in the word for you, you won't get the job. I literally went to a company and they expertly told me, do you have someone who invited you to come? So you can imagine if this is the case of finding employment. Now, you don't even know when you're going to start seeking out for a job. People in private universities, most of them have graduated. I know someone who attended actually a state university. We used to be in the same level, but right now she has graduated since February. And I'm still here, not even knowing when I'm going to resume, talk less of graduating. When you start thinking of these uncertainties, it takes a toll on your mental health. I was in a conversation with a very close friend, a childhood friend, just last week, and she pretty much opened up to me on how this strike has, affected her mental health, of how, she just misplaced at this point. And even me that was to console her, I was still passing through all those things that she listed out and even more. Bearing in mind I have YouTube to focus on, I actually have something I am doing. Now, look at people who weren't able to find a job, people who are basically staying at home all day, thinking of what they can do to actually survive in this period. It's a lot to deal with, and I'm so shocked that people are not stressing on these things as much as they should. People are not talking. People are basically saying, last we go day all right, but are you really fine? Are you really fine? Are things working out the way you have planned out? Obviously not, because like I said, I've spent approximately 7 years in the university. That's 7 years of my life on pause, on hold. I should have been spending it doing service or even actually working, but no, I can't do all of that because there's strike. Our system have failed us. The educational system of Nigeria have failed us. They have failed woefully. There's nothing you can actually say to justify why we'll have to spend 7 years in school. Anyways, before I get really engrossed in this conversation, because when topics like this are brought up, I tend to get, really emotional, because I am facing it. This is something I am facing at the moment. Let me just pause. Obviously, I haven't mentioned all the effect it has on we the students, but I trust you guys can continue that conversation in the comment section. If you absolutely enjoyed this video, if you learned something from this video, or if you can relate to this video, please let me know in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I know I know this video was quite intense. I know, it was quite intense, but like I said, this is something that I am facing at the moment, and students really need to speak up. We need to have each other's back in addressing and confronting situations like this, because we only get healing when we have these uncomfortable conversations, and it's very important we do. So like I said again, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you like content like this, why not let me know in the comment section. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye bye.